And as I walk to you, Ms. Zazin Sibanyoni, the Department of Public Enterprises was speaking to this channel yesterday, and they said something very concerning, and that is that the 2 billion rand that SAA is waiting for is only expected to last up until the end of next month. What happens beyond that for workers?
I mean, it's firstly concerning that they committed to the 4 billion when they underwent the business rescue process, the voluntary business rescue process. And they have not committed to what they said they're going to provide. And it's dangerous because, firstly, I just have to add the fact that it does nothing for market sentiments. If we want South African Airways to survive, we can't put out a message that we're not sure what's happening. There's no funding available. And also, this is why we've stated very strongly that we want to be involved in this rescue plan. Because we have seen historically what has happened with SAA, and we feel we can't leave it to certain experts. We've called for Kluta Murray to be brought into the team, and as well as Vuyani Jagana, who has a lot of experience. And
how will they help in this situation? Because it does appear that the issue beyond just the financial, it's structural.
Absolutely, and I think if you look at Vuyani Jagana's plan that he had, it was to alleviate that pressure from South African Airways with various joint ventures and et cetera, et cetera. So the plan was meant to sort of alleviate the financial pressure on SAA. Hence, we feel we need these people involved because their plan makes sense. We understand that it's not a continual flow of money into South African Airways that's coming anymore, although government has created the situation for us, unfortunately, historically.
Can I just take you up on this?
Yes.
You've been saying you want to be involved in this process.
Correct.
From day one.
Yeah.
Now, you talking and saying we want to get involved does not necessarily guarantee you a seat at the table. What is it that you're doing actively to ensure that your involvement or your participation of the people that you suggest will help in this process are actually on the table? I
mean, we spoke last week, Wednesday, I think we spoke to the business rescue practitioner, who's Les Mattison, and I think he committed to the fact that there's no prejudice in having as many people involved, and SOE has never undergone business rescue.
So they're receptive to that?
They're receptive to it, and I think yesterday we just wrote a letter to them just stating that we got no time.
What about Jagana? Is he committed? Or has he committed to actually coming through and helping you?
Absolutely. I mean, Vuyani Jagana has spoken to Solidarity, ourselves, and Numsa, and he's absolutely, I think he's very passionate about South African Airways. I think he left not having completed, his vision. So, yeah, so he's very committed, and hence we're pushing this hard for him. There's no prejudice to having these people on board.
Let's talk about the immediate. The 2 billion rand has yet to be secured. Yeah. What happens at the end of the month? It's, in fact, this week will mark the end of the month for many workers in South Africa.
I mean, it's worrying. I mean, we obviously need that money to come through. I mean, the statement said they are committed to bringing that money, but we actually need the money in. If not, SA is in big trouble, and 11,000 jobs are at stake. And this is our biggest fight. We can't allow SAA to fail. The unemployment rate is so high, and I think the ANC government committed to reducing that unemployment rate. So, I mean, they need to put their money where their mouth is and actually commit to rescuing SAA out of the situation.
And the business rescue practitioners, what are they saying from their side about when to expect this 2 billion rand?
I mean, when we met them last week, they had indicated that this money, they'll get a firm commitment by Sunday. On Sunday evening, I think that's where the statement was issued by the ministry, saying that, they're going to take this week in order to try and secure the funding. But we are in limbo. If SAA were to survive, what are you saying to customers out there? What are you saying to forward bookings? It's very dangerous. I think once they commit to something, they actually need to follow through. We had a plan with Solidarity to use our business rescue practitioner. I think it would have worked out better because, I mean, we're not getting firm commit from government. Same problem Vuyani Jagana had when he was the CEO at South African Airways. I think if the government commits to money at a particular time, they need to honor it, or else they're just setting up South African Airways for failure.
I know I'm told to wrap, but something just came up. The president yesterday, closing at the NEC, says there will not be political interference at these state-owned entities. Vuyani Jagana, in his resignation letter, complained that there was interference from the minister. Do you believe that?
Look, the political interference has been the problem for years at South African Airways. And I think the question's always asked, why have unions not raised this? We have been screaming, we have written letters, we have done everything possible to raise this particular issue. Finally, the penny has dropped, and we welcome it. And it needs to also start at board level. Let's get boards that are not connected to anyone. Let's get fit-for-purpose boards that are there to do the sole job of turning these SOEs, not South African Airways alone. Eskom is in trouble, SAA, PRASA, I mean, the list goes on. Something has got to give. Let's get the right people, right board members. Kingston has resigned, thank you. I think the rest of the board should do the same, and let's get the right board in place.
Zazi Nsibanyoni Mogambi, she is the president of the SA Cabin Crew Association. Thanks indeed for your time.